Well, that was unexpected. I so expected the vote to go the other way. Not bad. Other than that, it was interesting to see just how much the episode shifted compared to last time, because many people, I bet, were expecting this to be part two of what was going on with the Blue Tribe. I don't think I'm going to be able to get the tribe names for this season. This is going to be like the first time ever. I'm just going to stick with calling them by their colors, to be honest with you, but many people have argued that the names mean less as the seasons have worn on, right? But yeah, it wasn't the part two for the Blue Tribe. We get a little bit of mention of that where Ashley and Devin solidify that they're together, meaning that it's 2-2, especially with no idol. But here, it was actually the Yellow Tribe that suffered, but I do like how there wasn't an obvious tribe that would end up losing this time. I was real pleased about that. So I discussed everything that was on the Blue Tribe. The Yellow Tribe, I know that there were a little mention of stuff. My stepdad's in the backyard doing a bunch of work, so that's what the noise is. But there really wasn't that much I could mention until after they lost immunity, so I can't comment there. Then as for the Red Tribe, that was the part two where more and more people are just going off against Cole and thinking that he's just causing a bunch of problems and all that stuff. And I'm starting to agree with that. It's not that he's getting on my nose, but I'm sure that if I was there, oh yeah, he'd be getting on my nose, yeah. And I really want to see what Jessica is going to do, because she's like, I am supporting him, but it's like I mentioned with my job at the pizza place. She's getting there. Right. Now, those challenges, well, it's interesting that they keep bringing back this slug through the sand challenge where you're all tied up, because they did that in both of the previous Fiji seasons, and as I've said it again, the more seasons they're in a location, the more positive the location gets. Even though Jeff wants to actually stay in Fiji, I wouldn't be opposed to that, now that they're showcasing it like this, right. But yeah, that was an interesting challenge, and it's nice to see someone actually do bad at the challenge, although it could have happened in the prior seasons and it just didn't affect it, unlike this one, but even shooting the balls into the basket thing, I know that you're like, well, they've done that before, yeah, but it was like small ones, that you could fit in your hands. Here we're talking one about as big as a head. Well, at least a small one, so a little different ball game, so to speak. Oh gosh, there's a joke there, I think, right. So after Yellow fell so far back behind, I wasn't too surprised that the other tribes won, and I did feel actually happy for the Blue Tribe, because it might help their spirits out, even though obviously it's helping Joe out. And I'm not necessarily on the anti-Joe bandwagon, but I definitely don't like him. Right. And then as for the immunity, well, that was a pretty nice challenge, and how it kept going back and forward, although the puzzle bit at the end is definitely getting a little bit repetitive, I think. It's not a bad puzzle, it's just they've used it co-run, definite Worlds Apart, which is I think the debut of it, and I could have sworn they did it in either Millennials or Game Changers. I could be wrong. So Yellow losing, well, mainly that was Chrissy's fault, seemingly, but balancing on the beam does make it tougher. Like, I would definitely struggle more with the balance part than maneuvering the ball, although I would definitely be real squeamish at first. And what do you think about the fact that everyone on the balance beam portion can just go back as many times as they want? Part of me thinks it's okay, part of me doesn't. Oh, and JP, like, jumping off right at the end, well, when he jumps out, he's only one stride away from, like, fully finishing it, so if he's behind the end point, he's, like, a foot behind the end point? And clearly he's not falling off, he's leaping off voluntarily, so Jeff is just like, whatever. So that I've got no issues with. So Yellow loses, and even though Rorik ends up being in the supposed middle, it's clear that Ryan is actually in the middle, and I kind of like that because we get more into this guy's mind. Although Rob and Steven and the People Forum panel pointed out that the little bits where Chrissy was able to convince. Wait. Did I say? Oh yeah. It was JP. Yeah. How she was able to convince JP that there was an all-girl alliance, just like that. Interesting. Goes to show that JP could end up being about as gullible as one of the other guys, although for some reason I'm having a tough time remembering which one. It doesn't really matter. So I totally expected Ryan to not end up betraying Allie and instead betray Chrissy, because my thinking was Allie he's been with longer, definitely more of a bond there, and also JP you can manipulate. Whereas, like, if Rorik was to leave Allie, you can't really manipulate, but he ended up choosing to go the other way, and that was kind of surprising. I wasn't like, oh my god, blindsided. I just simply didn't expect it to go this way, even though there was a possibility that it could have gone this way. It wasn't like Vince and Worlds Apart. I was like, there was an absolutely 0% chance that he's being voted out. He was voted out! Alright. So as for next week, I just want the drama to continue. I'm liking this season, and that does seem to be simpler.